Welcome back to Expert Advice. We are in conversation with Mr. Tarun Mota and we are discussing about new DCR rules. I would like to know what are the good points of these new DCR?
Pooja, these are very good questions. New DCR is altogether came with new visions.
Okay.
They are much progressive DCRs, we say that. The first things, they have made all equal FSI in the city and suburbs, both. Earlier there are a lot of patterns, lot of different authorities has different pattern of regulations. Even it is there today, but FSI they made uniform in city and suburbs. There are majority two FSIs, 3.5 and 5. The 6.5 and 8 is for the very small area, so we should not cover that part. Basically, the vision of providing 6.5 and 8 in near the stations where the people come from public transport and go by public transport. And the load of the people should not come to the remaining land or infrastructure. And therefore, they increase the FSI near the stations, particularly metro stations, railway stations, like that, all important things. Otherwise, overall, they have given 3.5 and 5 FSI patterns. Both the patterns are very good. They made the approval systems, the planning systems, the concept is so simple that we are reducing a lot of paperwork, basically. I think the FSI pattern is simplified, the approval system is simplified. The government of Maharashtra, with the help of government India, is coming in a new vision that how to get the plans approved in 60 days maximum under the ease of doing business. See what happened before last year, the India number was about 140 out of 182 in the world for as regards to approvability and the hurdles in processing the proposals. So government of India took this matter very seriously, and they reduced a lot of procedural work, internal work. So and they are giving boost up. Auto DCR is part of the same thing, where they are thinking that how to get the plans approved in 60 days. They added one provision for appeal, that if your plans are not approved due to some reasons, then you can appeal to certain authorities, which was not there earlier. But still, there are certain defects, like they have not given time limit to each and every activities. See, people have habit. If there is no control by way of law to them, they don't approve in 60 days. What can be done? Because there is no enforcing power that they have to complete their work within that stipulated time. That is one of the reasons that is not provided in DCR. That is a negative point. Otherwise, the thinking is good, but they should add the time limit, appeal provisions, and penalty enforcing on each officer if they don't deliver that work in public interest at large. Because that is the only time, and if this time is saved, then lot of interest burden of the developers and bankers are also reduced, which will effectively reduce the cost part in future. Moreover, the premium which laid down at present need to be drastically reduced. If the premium part is reduced, then also the cost of flat should reduce. At per present policy, average 2,000 to 5,000 rupees per square feet required to pay only to corporations for getting the plans approved, and this payment is made for under different categories. This is just to create a fund, infra fund or some other funds, but this is purely at the burden of flat purchaser, and that is the reason that flat price is never reducing less than 12,000 rupees per square feet till this year, because the pattern in such a way, this is the burdens on the flat purchaser. But in new DCR, I think they have changed a lot of things. And if the government, while approving the new DCR, reduce the drastically change in premium, yes, then there are chances that flat price may cut up to 20% in future. The requirement of parking, FSI, and transport facility made very good way, particularly near railways, near each railway station. For example, Borivali, Kandivali, Malad, on main roads, SV road, they have given a planning pattern like we have Flora Fountain, near Flora Fountain. That means all the building will come at zero space, and within the building only there is a passage. If you see all the building from Vitti station to Kalagoda, all this building is constructed in the same planning patterns. That planning pattern they brought in this DCR. That is a good steps or other innovative steps, a good visions, provided they control the hawkers occupying that passage.
Okay. Now I need to take a very small break. I'll be right back. So you being the Vice President of PIETA, I would like to know what your association is doing for the benefit of citizens of Mumbai.
See what we have done. We have a lot of members, about 3,400 members in our associations. So we have made an executive committee separately for this DCR. Now all committee members are meeting day to day.
Welcome back to Expert Advice. So what is the difference between a normal developable land and a land under reservation?
It's a good question. Normally, as per earlier regulations of 1991, the TDR is available equal to the value of the land, value of the area, equal to the value of the area. And under the ready reckoning value, the land price itself is so high that the value of the TDR, there is a large difference between value of the TDR and value of the land acquisition act, and therefore people were not willing to hand over their land in lieu of TDR. Moreover, they have put the TDR in two ways. The slum TDR, the rate is different. The market force for the reservation area TDR is different, and the rate of TDR, reservation TDR, was so less, and therefore nobody wished to hand over their land to corporation against TDR, and therefore lot of people have filed lot of purchase notice and requested government or corporation to take over the land in lieu of compensation, which is much higher and actual true value of the land. In this DCR, they have realized the mistakes and they have now agreed to grant 2.5 times the land value of TDR. And the difference of TDR certificate, the slum TDR, they have removed the cap. So now all TDR is at equal footings, and people will get equal amount either by way of compensations, ready reckoning rate, or by way of TDR. So once they will get 2.5 times the TDR, they will get the actual market value. So there is no more difference remaining. Even people may come forward that they don't want to develop their land, only they are happy with the compensation. So that in compensation they don't have to do anything. If they want to develop the land, it's an industry, they have to pass through a lot of hurdles. So I think it's a good way that because of that difference in parity they removed, the people will hand over their land. But what they have done in revised DP, the entire vacant land, they put so many reservations. See, earlier what happened? The land was under a green zone, the land affected by CRZ, all unauthorized work is constructed. And whatever green page was there, all reservation land, they removed from that zone and they put in the main area of city, where the people saved that land for so many years by spending huge amount, and now their entire land is under various reservations. So this is not a good sign. The corporation normally has to provide only 30% of each holding land and give justice to each owners by providing 70% land as in buildable land, so that the people willingly hand over 30% land and develop their 40% land.
So since you mentioned about TDR, I would like to ask you whether the suburb TDR could be transferred to city.
Yes, this DCR provides that difference. To simplify the formula, what they have done to rationalize everybody, they allowed the entire city 0.5 extra FSI by way of TDR. So anywhere, any TDR can be used anywhere. The city TDR also can be used in suburbs, or suburbs TDR can also be used in city. Every corner, only they have to match the difference of ready reckoning value of that zone and that area, and to calculate proportionate area as per the RR value.
Okay.
So suppose X rate is there in Daisar and Y rate is there in city, then that much proportionate to that, the TDR will be allowed to city in a reduction factor to match the value of ready reckoning value. So these provisions were demanded by our associations long back, and now they have agreed and considered in principles.
So you being the Vice President of PIETA, I would like to know what your association is doing for the benefit of citizens of Mumbai.
See what we have done. We have a lot of members, about 3,400 members in our associations. So we have made an executive committee separately for this DCR. Now all committee members are meeting day to day, reading each and every word of the regulations. Whenever they found that these words or this policy is not in the interest of CTR, they have noted down and what should be instead of that. So accordingly, we are filing our suggestions. Moreover, every member of our associations is working in different areas, different forums, different NGOs. They request all the NGOs. Awareness is created to each and every member in this society so that each and every member of the society should also understand what are the provisions of future, how our should be there after 20 years, what should be our requirement, and accordingly he is requested to file their suggestion objections.
That's really great, sir. So now I would like to know, is there any land reserved for hawkers in the master plan?
No, I don't think. We have so far studied and I have not found that they have particularly marked any land for hawkers. But in our suggestions, we have noted down this point and we are requesting government. So whenever they plan, they should at least keep a 1 meter stretch of land near the stations or near the appropriate space where only declared as a hawkers, the space for hawkers, where all the vendors put together sit at one place. They must provide at least 3 meter corridor so that people should do their shoppings in that shop hawkers area. We are requesting corporation and government both to prescribe this hawkers land differently, and hawkers should not be allowed thereafter to sit anywhere else whenever they want.
Sir, don't you think, this would lead to migration of more people in the city, just for the purpose of earning money, because a separate land is being provided for them?
No, when at present there is no land.
Correct.
And they are encroaching the road area, which is of very important nature. The corporation acquired the land for one purpose, and because of the litigations, the High Court and Supreme Court both has confirmed the requirement of hawkers, and they directed corporation to provide a separate space for hawkers. So now it become must, and this master's plan of Mumbai should take their requirement, note the requirement, and accordingly they should enmark this land for hawkers.
Okay, sir.
But whenever if the hawker zone is prescribed, thereafter they should make another law that no hawkers will be permitted except these zones. They should keep in provision of expanse of 20 years. And ultimately, the city of Mumbai, people are coming to city only to earn money because they are not able to survive in their own areas. And for the job opportunities, technical opportunities, knowledge opportunities, they come to city for survival.
Now it's time for a very short break. We will meet you after the break. Stay with us. So as you mentioned that RA Mill Colony will be converted into a commercial hub. And if you've seen the present scenario, they are protesting against the car shed of the Mumbai Metro. So do you think, this plan shall be worked out in the near future?
See, what happened? The government or corporation is failed to procure their own land. And most of the slums has came in their land.
Welcome back to Expert Advice. We are in conversation with Mr. Tarun Mota. So earlier you mentioned so many good points about the Development Plan 2034. So my next question to you would be, what population one can expect in the year 2034?
It's a good question. Rather, this should have replied earlier. First, they expected the growth of Mumbai by 2011 is 11.97 millions. No, in 2001 it was 11.97, 2011 it was 12.97, and now they are expecting 2034 by 13.98 millions. They have noted in their report that really the population is not much growth, but the people requirement in area, in terms of area, has grown much. The population is remain same as per the census record, is not much increase, but the usable area is increased. That means the living standard of each people has been increased from one bedroom they went to two bedroom they went to 4 bedrooms. People is same, more or less, and that is one of the reasons that no more load on infrastructure is coming. The average growth they expected for the city is 6 to 8% per year. average growth in terms of economy is 66% to 8%. They are basically planning the Mumbai as a financial capacity.
Okay.
And therefore they earmark the Bandra Kurla complex as commercial hub. And now they are earmark another Oshiwara as a commercial hub for the suburbs. Accordingly, they will further, MMRD will come with a different plan after this plan is approved. Somewhere in Daisar, or like in last week there was a news that RML colony area, they are thinking of planning as a commercial hub.
Correct.
For the cities. The income pattern in Mumbai is also increased. They have shown in the report that average income of the per capita is increased from 25,000 to 60,000 for about 20% of populations, and remaining for remaining people, at least the people is able to earn 25,000 per month, and accordingly they have put their report in their draft plans.
So as you mentioned that RA Mill Colony will be converted into a commercial hub, and if you see in the present scenario, they are protesting against the car shed of the Mumbai Metro. So do you think this plan shall be worked out in the near future?
See what happened, the government or corporation is failed to procure their own land, and most of these slums just came in their land by fault or default. We cannot criticize or each officers from time to time that because of these officers or because of this government the land has been acquired. If we keep this land again open, there are chances of further slums in the RA Mill colony. Moreover, the infrastructure has also to be increased because they already made a provision of metro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they need a car shed in that area. One side there is an government is working that car shed should be there. There is an other side, the people they don't want car shed, they want a lung space. The land should be totally kept. If you really see the RA Mill colony land, the land is not covered on all sides. There are so many small Adivasis or Padas, they are staying in there. In between they have given some land for shooting purpose to various companies. The land also has connectivity between eastern and western through RA Mill Road. Ultimately the land has to be developed. You cannot freeze the land. It may be private land or maybe government land. For example, I give the example of AAI, that means civil aviations particularly. They have two pieces of big lands, one at Daisar Cheknaga and one is Andheri, that Lokhandwala junctions. Both the lands are about more than 50 acres. Now corporations has not put any reservation on that land, and that land is totally kept for the provisions of wireless stations at that time. Now the system is totally changed, technology is changed. Now they don't need so much areas. So corporation should put certain reservations there as in lung space, and part of the land can be released for development. Otherwise again there will be an encroachment and there is never ending. We will suffer for the all required amenities. Though the land is there, it is not properly marked on the plan. The similar way, RA Mill colony, the planning has to be made in such a way that it may be converted to a park. They don't need so many big car sheds. The technology change. You can have multiple floors as in car sheds. Even symmetry can be constructed in multiple floors. Why you want all the symmetries spread over the land? Innovative concept will change the used patterns. Okay. So car sheds may be clubbed along with the IT hubs, and public amenities can be also achieved.
Sir, do you think privatization of transport should take place in order to provide better services for the people?
I think yes, it is a good solution. In the past, the first airline has been started by Tata, and then government has taken over. The Tata has offered to government that they can take away the railway if government desires. Tata has also offered that they will clean all these rivers like Ganga rivers free of cost in the interest of nation, but with the condition that all the debris which they will get, belongs to them. They are thinking that the cost, the amount available in debris will take care of the part of expenses towards clearing its rivers. I think if this can be done, it's a good achievement. Normally, it is seen that in while issuing driving license, earlier lot of problems were there. Months together, people has to wait, go 8 o'clock. Nowadays, because of privatization schemes, it is so simplified that even you don't need to go. You have to go only for the test, and license is coming in 8 days to the house automatically.
Correct.
The agent system is also totally removed. Similarly, in passports, now the passports procedure is made so simply, so simple. Even you apply online, and you will get the passport within 30 days in your house, including all procedures which they have to do it. But all they will do it, and you don't have to run here and there for passports. Even visas, they have made very, very simple formulas. So we have seen that by doing any schemes under privatizations, the services or standard of services is rather much increased, and all the facilities will be available. If we give the privatization of railways, then the quality of railway platforms and the services we cannot imagine that can be available. It is a good sign. Even the BST buses is totally recurring in loss. If we can give in privatizations, I think better service and facilities will be available to the Mumbaikars.
Okay, sir. So earlier you mentioned that the approval takes a long time. So is there any way that we can reduce the time taken, or we can reduce the dilly-dallying that's been happening for approval of procedures?
Yes, government is very seriously thinking in this better. The ease of doing business. It's some organizations which recorded that Mumbai Corporation is versed in approving systems. So now they are thinking from root how to cut down the time from time to time, how to reduce the procedures, how the staff should become more liable to get the work done, and in process as par with license or passports, if the approval system can be outsourced, it's a good sign. If it is given, I think then builder will be definitely very happy that they are assured that all the plans will be approved in time.
Correct.
Without any corruptions.
Correct, sir.
And so it's a good sign.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for calling us here, and thank you so much that you informed so much about DCR as well as the development plan in Mumbai. Thank you so much again, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you.
So this was Mr. Tarun Mota, who spoke to us regarding the DCR, the development plan and the present scenario in Mumbai. For more information on Mumbai as well as its real estate development, keep watching Spin TV. Goodbye. Take care.